idea of what the climate is like in the Dow? What is the main influences and how does that impact the wine?
Well, we are between mountains. We have the Star Mountain. It's a famous mountain, and we have the other mountains, Busaco and Lausanne, and this is a hot climate in the summer, and the winter it's very cool. Okay, rains a lot, but not too much, and we have a continental climate.
Super. And what are the soils like?
Granitic soil, stone, and sometimes we need broke the stone with dynamite for plant vineyards, and the vineyards are between pines in the forest, and sometimes people say when I cross the down region I don't see vineyards because the vineyards are between the forests.
And why is it that people plant the vineyards between the forests? What's the purpose?
Well, where we have pines, we have good soil. We have a profundity for plant vineyards. Is this?
So the pines do all the work and break down the soil?
Yes, the
And then
pines
vines
are
can come in
good
and-
workers. Pines are good workers, yeah.
Excellent. And what are the varieties? You've got two in particular from the region that you're very fond of. Tell us about Incruzado and what it's like as a variety and how it looks in the vineyards and how it
Well,
works.
Down is the country of the Encruzado white grape and the Touriga Nacional red grape. Touriga Nacional born in Down, and Encruzado it's a unique white grape in this country, Portugal, with a really place for grow. Down it's Encruzado white. It's very nice for you talk about white grape and white wines in Down. Yeah.
Super. And we've seen in your wines, we've got from very young Incruzado, that you've got a mainly stainless steel type, through to tasting older Incruzado. How age-worthy do you think it is as a variety?
Encruzado it's a very interesting grape because we can drink Encruzado with 1 year, and we can keep Encruzado during 15 years. When we have Encruzado with 1 year, we have a fun wine. When we have Encruzado with a few years in bottle, we have a wine with a really petrol notes like white grapes from Europe. It's very fun, and it's very instinct for the wine producers because it's we can sell very well this white wine.
Excellent. And then Touriga Nacional is the kind of queen of the reds.
The queen of the red grapes in Portugal, the queen of the red grapes in Down. Now it's Touriga. Touriga it's the elegant grape. It's wine with early grey notes, bergamot notes, and when we keep the Touriga Nacional wine in the barrels during 2 years, well, they come very well. It's a good wine.
Excellent. And one of your wines that you make is ET, and that's a mix of Incruzado and Touriga Nacional. And you said that this is kind of the old style of making wines. Why is it the old style? And what's the kind of importance of co-fermentation in the Dow?
Well,
30 years ago?
I remember my first times in the winemaking business. When I started in down region, we have white grapes and red grapes together, um, and when I think about ET wine, I think my old wines in the wine business, and it's very interesting. Now we think about ET wine. ET wine it's a strange wine now, but in the old past is a really down wine. White grapes and red grapes together, and for me it's interesting to make something like my old times. Fun wine.
Fun wine. And field blends are very common here, so
Yeah.
you'll normally have a blend of many different grapes. Are there any other special grapes for you from the DAO, apart from Encruzado and Torriga Nacional?
Well, Torriga Nacional and Tintaroris and Jaén and Alforcheiro and Tinto Cão. Tinto Cão in translation it's red dot, it's funny grape, it's dynamite, it's power, it's something for you keep long time in bottle and for drink between 5 and 7 years old in the wine, and in Cruzado it's something for you make different styles. Well, they are common wines in down, but fun wines for you drink.
Perfect. And my last question is really about the other regions that you make wine in, because you've made wine all over the world, and you make wine in many different regions of Portugal. Why do you think Dow is your heart? What is it that's so special about Dow as a region that makes it unique in your experience?
This is a very easy answer. Down is unique place where we can do top wines every year. Well, we have a really acidity with pH in reds normally 3.5 and in the whites 3.1. We don't need nothing for keep the wines long time. It's normally I say the winemaker don't make nothing. They don't use the hands. It's a simple way. It's wines with carefully, and we need still continue with carefully in the wine cellar, and the wines come alone. Simple. It's simple. Down it's simple. It's good wines, elegance, perfume, complexity, and gastronomic wines.
Super. And touching on gastronomy, would you give us your top pairing for your Torriga Nacional or one of your red blends? What would you pair it with? What food? What's your down gastronomy?
Well, in Portugal we use a lot of meat, lamb meat, pork, cheese, top cheese. We have Serra da Estrela cheese. It's a top, and you need to try. It's a top cheese, and something very strong. Okay, we have wines for strong meat, and you need to try our gastronomy in down region.
That's it.
Yes,
Here,
you need to come.
nowhere
Yes.
else. I love it.